Welcome to Money First CEO, the podcast for business owners ready to run their business like a boss and make their money work smarter, not harder. I'm Harman Johnston, bookkeeper, profit first professional, business coach, and mum of two from Sydney, Australia. I've built a thriving business by mastering money habits and systems that create real freedom. This show will help you take control of your finances so you can build a business and life that truly works for you. Every episode delivers one powerful takeaway you can action right away for more clarity, confidence, and cash. And from time to time, I'll be joined by special guests, fellow entrepreneurs, experts, and real business owners, sharing their money wins, lessons, and insights to inspire your next move. Because when you put money first, you unlock the options and freedom you deserve. So hit follow, grab your coffee, and let's dive in. Hey there, and welcome back to Money First CEO, where we believe if you put your money first, the rest will follow. I'm your host, Harman Johnston, and today we're talking about how to stop doing it all and skyrocket your profits with smart delegation. So if you're a business owner and you feel like you're drowning in tasks, this episode is for you. So let's dive in. I know the podcast called Money First CEO and we're talking about delegation. Yes, there is a correlation, and it's because the time that you save by delegating is the time you're going to use to generate revenue or work on the business. So I'm going to start off by talking about the problem with doing it all. I'll start with a story. So when I started my business, it was a one-man band. I was answering every email, scheduling social media posts, doing my own bookkeeping, client calls, replying emails, everything. And I thought I was saving money by handling it all by myself. And that's a mistake a lot of us do. I was so busy working in the business that I had no time for strategy, no time for planning, no time for, looking at the vision of the business and what I wanted to do. And in order to get there, what do I need to do now? Because I was just too caught up in the weeds. And I lost a big client because they emailed and I was just postponing replying to them because I wanted it to be perfect. By the time I got back to them, they had found someone else. And that was a big wake-up call for me, and it hurt. As business owners, I know you can relate. You're wearing all the hats and it's exhausting. A study in the US found that 80% of small business owners spend over 20 hours a week on non-revenue generating tasks like admin or data entry. And that's time you could be spending landing clients, creating new offers, growing your business. And the cost isn't just time, it's missed opportunities, burnout, and a hit to your cash flow. And emotionally also, it feels like you're running on a hamster wheel, never getting ahead. Financially, it means less money for you and your profit because you're not spending that time growing your business, bringing more in, just because you're trying to save money doing a low-level work. But the thing is, there is a way out, and it starts with delegation. So why does delegation matter? Now, delegation is not about just offloading tasks. It's about prioritizing profit. In the profit first system, we focus on paying ourselves first. But you can't do that if you're stuck in the weeds of low value work. And delegation protects your time, which protects your profits. So I'm going to break it down for you. Say you hire a virtual assistant and you pay them $15 an hour. I know it's low. You could be hiring someone offshore or onshore, so I'm just using an average amount. And you get them to work 10 hours a week. And in that 10 hours, you could be spending those freed up time to go to a networking event, to create some social media posts, to follow up some emails, to respond to some current clients and see if there's anything else they need help with. And as a result, you land a $1,500 client. You've just made a 10x return on that investment. And that's the kind of math that makes your business sustainable. In my own business, once I started delegating, my revenue jumped by 30% because I could focus on strategy and client relationships. And a lot of the times it wasn't just about money, it was about getting my life back. I had evenings free, weekends free, I was less stressed, and I had more energy to grow. I was really looking forward to starting work because I was doing things that I love doing. That was my passion. not answering emails and doing data entry. And delegation isn't just a luxury either. It's a necessity for any business owner who wants to scale without burning out. And it's also about working smarter, not harder, and making sure every hour that you spend drives your profit. So how can you delegate effectively without losing control or breaking the bank? And here's a 3-step plan that's worked for me and my clients. First step is identify delegatable task. Grab a notebook and list everything you do in a week. Some people call it a time audit. Every time you reply to an email, you comment on social media, you post on LinkedIn, connect with someone on LinkedIn, you're doing a bit of bookkeeping or you're following up with some clients for some queries, write it all down and then highlight the tasks that don't require your unique expertise. You could do different color coding, to say yellow is for sales and marketing and red is for admin. For me, it was managing my inbox and posting on social media. Those were my delegation targets because that's what was taking up a lot of my time. And it was also low risk as well. Step 2 is choose the right person. For simple tasks, you can even try a freelancer from a platform like Upwork or Fiverr, where you can find talent for $10 to $25 an hour. And for more complex, consider a part-time virtual assistant with experience in your industry. And always check references and start with a small test project to ensure they're a good fit. Step 3 is set clear expectations. Use tools like Trello, Asana to outline tasks, deadlines, and deliverables. And think of it like a roadmap. Be sure about your vision and provide feedback early. I delegated email management to a virtual assistant for about $15 an hour. I gave a template for common responses and a decision tree for when to escalate issues to me. The result, I saved 8 hours a week and used that time to close deals with new clients. And that's the power of delegation. It frees you to focus on revenue generating work. And to make this work, spend an hour upfront training your hire and check in weekly to keep things on track. And you can even use softwares like Loom or Scribe, where while you're doing things, it's documenting it and creating SOPs. So when the person comes, they've got something to refer back to. And you also need to ensure that the time you have saved are actually spent on activity that fill your profit, not just busy work. Because that's the whole goal of, delegating, that you want to free up some time to work on value-adding stuff. So we do have delegation fears, and how can we overcome them? You're thinking, Harman, what if I miss things up or I can't afford to hire anyone? Look, I've been there and those fears are real, and let's address them. First, the cost. Start small. Maybe just get someone to do 1 or 2 hours a week until you can build up. And even if those couple of hours saves you, and you're able to get a new client or form a referral partnership with someone, that will pay in the long term. You're way ahead than what you're doing now. And I would also suggest to track the results to see the return. Second, the fear of mistakes. They happen, and that's bound to happen. Even when you started out, you didn't know the right way. But at the end of the day, most of the stuff is fixable. Set up weekly check-ins to catch issues early and give clear instructions to minimize errors. The biggest risk is in delegation. It is staying stuck, doing everything yourself, which caps your growth and drains your energy. In my experience, delegation transformed my business from chaotic to streamlined, and it gave me back my sanity. And Profit First is all about efficiency, and holding on to tasks out of fear cost you more in lost opportunities than a hire ever will. If budget is tight, look into bartering services or using affordable platforms like Fiverr. Once you see the time and money you save, the fear fades fast. So, what's the takeaway for this week? Identify one non-core task you're handling personally, like scheduling, data entry, or marketing, and delegate it to a team member or a freelancer. Post a job on Upwork or ask for referrals. Aim for someone who can start with a few hours a week. And track the time you save and reinvest it into a revenue-generating activity, like following up with a lead or creating a new offer. Write down how it feels to have that time back. It's a game changer, and change your business and your personal life. You'll feel lighter, more focused, and ready to grow. That's it for today's episode. If you're ready to take back your time and boost profits, start delegating today. Thanks for hanging out with me on Money First CEO. If you got value from this episode, hit subscribe, drop a 5-star review, and share it with someone who's building their business too. All the goodies are in the show notes, and you can find me on socials for more tips and tools to help you. Until next time, keep putting money first, and the rest will follow.